Hello everyone, I'm ImKibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory, where we've been going absolutely crazy automating space elevator parts as of late. And today will be no different. And our next order of business is going to be thermal propulsion rockets, which is arguably the most difficult thing to make in the entire game. Like they need freaking turbo motors, which are honestly just as difficult as any other space elevator part. And also we're gonna need more fused modular frames. Oh, and even worse, the iron glutton, the modular engines. Oh, and of course cooling systems, but compared to everything else we have to worry about, they're not too bad. But overall, we have our work cut out for us, so we better get started. And today, my whole plan is just to gather all the resources we need in one place. And I think we can do it, but I'm not sure. I've planned pretty far ahead in this playthrough, but I didn't exactly plan to make thermal propulsion rockets in this corner of the map down here, but it might just work out. Main thing I was worried about was gas, but we have some gas, nitrogen gas, way over there. So, you know, if we just ripped up that bridge going over to space, then I could yoink it and bring it over here instead. But it's pretty far away and kind of across the most chaotic biome in the entire game. But it'll be fine. We'll just build a giant bridge across the top of it all, and GG easy, right? And for once, it actually was kind of fine. Like when you're building just above literally everything in the sky, there's nothing really in your way. So the pipeline can just scoot all the way back over there, and it's done. And that's what a normal person would say. Unfortunately, I have problems, okay? And I just don't like the sky bridge look. It's too tall. I want this thing to look as crazy as it does. And when you have this sky bridge just, I don't know, going into the side of it like that, it ruins the aesthetic. So, although this is a perfectly fine strategy, that literally works. It's right there. We're gonna change it all up. But good news is that we don't actually need a ton of gas. Like we need, I think like 900 gas per minute, which can fit in 2 pipes. And also, it's gas. That means we don't need to worry about head lift. Like we can have a pipe going to the ground from here to there and back up to here, or better, even starting down there and coming up to here, and we won't need any pumps or anything. Like gases will just go. And since that's the case, we can too. And we're gonna follow the terrain a little bit here. So if we just take a right and we just build this down to the plateau, we can just follow all the cliffs to where we need to go. That way the pipe is hidden in the foliage and we have a cool decal in the cliffs as well. It looks like once we get to about here, we go straight. All we'll need to do is have one very low bridge from this last cliff over to the base itself. So we'll still have a huge bridge, but it'll be at the mid-level here. And it should look pretty good, at least better than what's going on there. And building this whole thing is gonna take a while, especially because I need to make it perfect. So I'll just chill out and listen to my Spotify music that I co-produced with Low Wave Records. That's right, if you didn't know, I'm a verified Spotify artist, and I've released 5 full albums with over 100 tracks. And this is the same music I use in the background of all my videos and live streams, so you've probably already heard a lot of it. And if you enjoy, check out that link in the description, and if you have any feedback, let me know in the comments below. Back to the video game though, things are looking fantastic. This was absolutely the right call. So there's the tall bridge that we're gonna do before, and then the smaller bridge, which is a little bit more hidden, and it will look a lot better compared to the rest of the base here. And I feel obligated to show you this, but through the forest here, there's a couple ledges I had to go over with the pipe, and because I am like I am, I spent like an hour on my Twitch live stream with this little part in particular. There's nothing special about it, I just had to show it. And now the old build's destroyed and the rest of the pipeline has been decorated. We'll never see that little corner again and we can move on. Okay, cool. gas secured. We'll bring it up here, no problem, and it'll end up, I don't know, somewhere. Ideally, actually, if we could get all the parts we need just located here today, that would be super ideal. We have a couple problems though. One really big one and a few other big ones. Okay, we got a lot of problems. But one good thing is, downstairs, I don't know why I did this, but I managed to make an extra 700 iron ingots and 380 steel ingots per minute extra, which should have gone towards the magnetic field generators, but we didn't need them and I don't know what's going on. So now they're ours for the thermal propulsion rockets and we can bring them upstairs. Thing is, we need a lot more steel. That is the deal. But to make steel, you need coal. And all of our coal is, well, being utilized at the moment. And the next nearest coal node is practically in space. Way over here, which is in the red forest on that hill. So we could either set up a belt that goes from A to B, a train, or a drone. And of course, we're gonna set up a drone. Are you insane? Of course we're setting up a drone. It sucks that because that uses some of our limited battery supply. However, you know what? We're cashing in all the chips today. We have something like 250 batteries per minute being produced at our aluminum build, and we're gonna use most of those today because I'm gonna set up drone ports to bring in practically everything else we need. Because once I figure out the spacing around here and move some belts, we'll be able to get, 10 drone ports up here? And yeah, that should be good. Of course, this one will be for coal, which we'll need 690 of. And then we'll do the rest of our shopping in a second. Let's just get the coal right now. So I think according to Olmaparuski, it's like right on us here. Hello? Coal? Am I crazy? Coal. Okay, if coal is to be anywhere, this looks like where it would be, but it don't be. Beep booper. It's time. Oh wait, no, it just scanned. Coal. What? What? It's invisible. Secret coal deposit for us? Sure. That's a little spooky, very spooky. We probably shouldn't be using this spooky, but we are gonna use it. And future Kibs will have to deal with the repercussions. Those repercussions being, I don't know if the developers will keep or delete this node, but let's just pretend they'll keep it, right? Like they maybe will. I don't know. Anyway, we'll belt stuff up to here, zoop in some platforms, and chuck down a drone port, and that's practically done. We'll give it a little decoration pass later. Yeah, 2 drones from A to B will work just fine. Next on the shopping list is a bit of a surprise, a gift from past Kibs. Or should I say, gifts? Because I have been planning for all these space elevator parts for a while. Months ago, past Kibs was making us goodies for today. Because downstairs, in our aluminum build, we have some very important items that we need for the project. Like aluminum casings, which will be used for the cooling system? Yes, in the heat sinks here. And then for the turbo motors, we needed some spooky stuff in there too. Specifically, the nitrogen gas, because we're gonna be using this recipe here. This is actually an alternate recipe, FYI. My standard and alternate skull got messed up, I don't know why. Anyway, we're using this one here, which requires a bunch of motors, stators, a pressure conversion cube, and packaged nitrogen gas. And since we already have the gas, all we need is that fluid canister thingy, which past Kibs has built over here many eons ago. And for my final trick, you guys know those pressure conversion cubes we needed? Guess what? I've already made them, along with all the heavy modular frames we'll need. That's right, long ago when I was setting all this stuff up, I was making way more than we needed just for nuclear pasta and for the thermal propulsion rockets. So all we have to do is send these 4 items off on a drone towards that factory. Or actually 3 items. This one's done. We already set up this drone that's going to that factory, and we can just yoink a couple of cubes off the line from there. And it should technically all work out. It'll be kind of like an overflow system there. As for the other 3 items, we don't need a lot of them per minute, like I think 160 casings, 120 fluid tanks per minute, and then I think like 10 or so fused modular frames. I can't remember, to be honest. Main thing is, it's not a lot. And good news is, I came prepared with drones. Drones aplenty. So we can just scoot all the items up to these drone ports and send things on their way that are not batteries. Why are there batteries here? Stop! No batteries. Be gone. We have other items to scoot right now. So bring the belt down here. This can be for, I don't know, fused modular frames. And right through this wall, there are the fused modular frames. Do we want to take from this line? No. Do we have a better line? Yes, this line. Or actually, this line. Here we go. It's just so all the fused modular frames can build up and there won't be as many throughput issues. After some creative belt wrangling, the drones are here and our deliveries are ready to go. And all the drone ports fit in. I belted everything underneath the platform, so now we have this cool looking airport and I love it. So the coal, good. Wait, this is the coal, right? Hello? What did I set this one up as? Batteries. Whoops, I screwed up. My bad. That's gonna be not that. We got the casings. We got enough of those per minute. This is the fluid tanks, 212. We need 120 per minute. That's good. And then fused modular frames. Wait, that first one should be fused modular frames. Oh yeah, coal is over here. Good. 571 items per minute. That's not good. We need 690 items per minute. Drone, you will do better next time, right? Of course. Okay, moving on, I'll monitor that later. What's next on our to-do list? Thermal, propulsion, rockets. Well, what do we need? Rubber. Lots of rubber. The heat sinks will need rubber, and the cooling systems themselves need rubber. And then I'm pretty sure, yeah, the modular engines need rubber too. So we'll need 615 rubber per minute. And in a perfect world, we could just scoop all of that from our fuel power plant over there. It's making a little bit of rubber and a little bit of plastic, but it's not nearly enough for this project. We need 615 rubber per minute and 75 plastic per minute. And you know what? Thinking about it now, we should actually be good on plastic, even with the little supply train there. That fuel power plant is making 200 plastic and rubber per minute, so it's fine if we take a little bit. For the rest of the rubber though, we gotta go to the big factory, the chunky boy over here. This Blue Crater Lake rubber refining area. We're making somewhere in the realm of 7,000 to 8,000 rubber per minute. And oh boy, we have a lot of it available. In fact, almost all of it available. But we'll have to use trains for this project. This is too far away for drones to be able to handle it. Unless we use like 4 drones to transport the rubber, but that's like excessive. No, we'll just set up a train. Saying a train over here is gonna be a little bit of a problem too. You see, we had the space for all the drone ports. That's no big deal. Trains though? Like what are we gonna do here? We already have a train here, and this is bringing in a little bit of material for the other space elevator part. So how are we gonna bring in the full rubber train? It's about 5 cars long. One of the cars is gonna be dedicated to this whole project. We can't just have the rubber train enter this station because we're unloading both rubber and plastic here. It's gonna be a mess. There's only one real option. There's probably multiple, but there's one I can see right now. We have a straight bit of track here, and we can just offshoot from it and have a station off to the right and then belt the rubber all the way up there. Also, I have just noticed that this track is not perfectly straight, so the whole thing was getting destroyed anyway at this point. So let's get going. It's time to chew. Actually, we should probably start this whole project off lining up with what should be the straight line. Now that we have a flat surface, we can kind of do whatever we want. There's so many trees. Nuclear weapons, help! Thank you. But there's a rock here. Rock? Why must you exist exactly here? You're going to make my life difficult, unless 3 nuclear weapons can change things. Huh? Oh, what is this rock made out of actually? Wait, that's 3 nukes. Where's the realism in the video games? What the heck? My immersion is ruined. Now let me go through this hypertube cannon so I can launch myself halfway across the world and gather more items. Gah. Anyways though, the whole thing ended up working out. It's just a signaling nightmare. And it kinda looks a little busy here now, but it looks clean enough that it's fine, right? What do you guys think? Actually, I lied, it doesn't matter. I'm not changing this at this point. Because all of the belt work is done. The drones all work fine. Everything's properly decorated. And everything we need to make thermal propulsion rockets are right here, right now. We just have to build all the systems. Next time, because that's gonna be all for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed and thank you for watching, but have a fantastic rest of your day and bye-bye.